Lesson 2 of Chapter 10 is on arithmetic sequences in series. If you read the problem that I have in front of you here, it says, with cross-country season approaching, Meg decides to train every day until the first day of practice. She plans to run 1 mile the first day, 1 1/4 miles the second day, 1 1/2 miles the third day, and so on. Her goal is to run a total of 100 miles before the first day of practice. So you can see that she's just increasing her mileage by 1/4 mile each day. And so this sequence of numbers is what we call arithmetic. What it means to be arithmetic is that there's a common difference. Let me show you some examples. This problem says determine the common difference and find the next 4 terms of the arithmetic sequence. The reason you know this is arithmetic is because it's going down by 5 each time. So that determines that our common difference is -5. And then to find the next 4 terms, we would just use that common difference to get 2, -3, -8, and -13. Same directions, determine the common difference and find the next 4 terms of the arithmetic sequence. Well, since you know that it's arithmetic, and you can hopefully see that it's going down by 31 each time. So that's your common, sorry, it's going up by 31. So there's your common difference. And so if you increase this by 31, you'd have -36, -5, +26, and 57. The next one's going down. Hopefully you can see that it's going down by 57. So if it's going down by 57, that's your common difference. And then to find the next 4 terms, we would subtract 57 from each of these. And that would give us 73. And then that would give us 26. Sorry, that's 16 actually. And then subtracting 57 again will give us -41. And then another 57 will give us -98. All right, so now let's talk about how to find an arithmetic sequence, an explicit formula. So you can see I've got highlighted here a formula, and you can use this formula to come up with an explicit formula for an arithmetic sequence. So I've got an example right here. And you can see it's going up by 3 each time. So suppose we wanted to find the 16th term. So then, to find the 16th term, we'd have to take the first term, add 16 minus 1 times the common difference, which we can see is 3 in this problem. And since we know the first term is 2, we can put 2 in. That gives us 2 plus 15 times 3, which gives us a 16th value of 47. So this example says find both an explicit formula and a recursive formula for the nth term of this sequence. The first thing we do is we determine the common difference. You can see here that it's going up by 9 each time. And if that's the case, let's do the recursive first. Recursive is pretty simple. We have to simply state the first term, which you can see is 12. Then you're going to say to find the nth term, take the previous term, and I like to put it in parentheses, and then we just add d, which in this case is 9. And that would represent the recursive formula. Now the explicit formula, again, you can rely on this formula right here that's highlighted in yellow. However, I've got a shortcut method that I like to use. And my shortcut method is simply to say, since it's going up by 9, we say 9d, or 9n. And then What would be the term before the 12 if there was one? The answer is 3. So this is an explicit formula. If we plug 1 into this formula, you should get 12. If you plug 2 in, you should get 21. If you put 3 in, you should get 30. Another example, same type of problem. It says find both an explicit and a recursive formula for the nth term. First thing we do is find the common difference, which you can see is negative 12. And so now your recursive formula would be, to find the nth term, you just take the previous term. Again, I like to put that in parentheses, and then you add d, which in this case is just subtracting 12. We also need to designate what the first term is, which you can see is 35. For an explicit formula now, we're just going to use the common difference, which is negative 12, so I say negative 12n. And then what would be the term before the 35 if there was a term before it? That would be 47. So negative 12n plus 47 is an explicit formula to find each of those terms. Say some of you are going to be looking for a summer job and or moving on to college and looking for a job at college. So just a little advice for you. When you're being interviewed for your job, tell the employer that you're willing to give 110%. And that should help you get that job. Unless the job is for a statistician, then don't say that.